Catholic school trustee banned after Nazi swastika and pride flag comparison. Oh, that's a switch. The Catholic School Board trustee in Ontario, Canada, is making headlines once again after being kicked off the board for a second time over comments comparing the pride flag to the swastika. Natalia Benoit, a trustee at the Niagara Catholic District School Board, first faced censure in January. An independent investigator found that her comparison of the pride flag to the Nazi swastika violated the board's code of conduct. As a result, Benoit was removed from her duties and barred from attending meetings for 6 months. It's important to note that Catholic schools in Ontario receive public funds, therefore school board. However, after returning from suspension, Benoit introduced another proposal to ban the pride flag from being flown at schools and board offices. Her reasoning, she said, quote, "Any flag at all, like the Nazi flag, we don't want that up either, right?" End quote. Benoit now faces a second removal from the board. Good, because frankly, that's just disgusting. I mean, it's basic, and also, you're fucking Canadian. Aren't you supposed to be nice? Like,
that is a rumor.
Okay. Shattering myths all the way. We're reassuring you now in a way, though, that this kind of ignorance isn't just limited to the United States, right?
All right, hear me out. All right, I am not saying.
I knew you were going to say this.
That gay, like a gay flag is commensurate with the Nazi flag, right? But we have to be careful when it comes to speech and what we're saying and how you can't discriminate people.
That's right.
Based on some of their beliefs, especially like we would discriminate against every Christian person that's evangelical in this country who doesn't think that homosexuality isn't a sin, you know? So she didn't necessarily say that the pride flag and the Nazi flag are the same. What she said, and we saw a lot of dots there, which was a lot of the text was cut out of it, which basically like we don't want to promote anything other than what's going on in the school. So she may be a raging homophobe in her personal life, and that's fine. She can do whatever she wants in her personal life. When she's saying is that, okay, well, if you don't want this flag, then we don't want to have this flag, and that should be tolerated free speech, and she should not be kicked out of a board for that. Maybe there are other reasons why she was. Maybe
well, they said it was her second time.
Right, but that statement in and of itself is not something that somebody should be removed for.
But maybe it could have been, instead of the Nazi flag as a comparison, she could have said the Canadian flag. I mean, when you are using something that is obviously not good, in the same set, I'm not saying that she said gay, not the same thing, but what I am saying is that she chose to use the Nazi flag. So, she could have said, we don't have a Canadian flag flowing. She could have said, you don't want to see there are other things that could have been said. And I hear your point. I don't think that someone should be removed for freedom of speech, but I do think that it was a dig. I think that it was a comparison that could have been something different. We're being affiliated with something horrible.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's the thing. Well, first of all, First Amendment doesn't apply in Canada, and secondly, the whole thing is that the illusion. I mean, like conservative states are doing the same thing too. For example, Ron DeSantis banned display of any flag except for like the 5 approved flags. It's not explicitly said to exclude the pride flag, except that it is meant to exclude the pride flag.
But how many times have we compared conservative politicians to devils and made iconography of other things? Like, we have to protect that. And I know they don't have the First Amendment or whatever, but I just don't think that she should be removed for that.
I agree with you on that.